The
Apollo
Scrims,
Atlas Scrims.
so welcome ladies and gentlemen. The Apollo Scrims of random team A versus random team B.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know the fucking team name, is it?
Yeah. Okay, so this is Apollo Nova, and I guess it is random team A and random team B.
Well, I just say like fucking red team or blue team, some shit.
Yeah.
Anywho, would you like to talk about any of the compositions based on what you know about these players?
Yeah, so we're doing basically tryouts. Like, a lot of these players are playing together for the first time, and a lot of them are support players. There's like at least like 8 support mains in this 12-person lobby. So I'm interested to see like what they're like forced to adapt to and flex for their team to have the best comps.
Well,
Triggered.
seems like the blue team is going to be running a sort of dive comp with the D.Va and the Winston to tank 2 DPS with the Pharah and the McCree.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, on the red team, they got a Doomfist. Similar tanks of Winston and D.Va, but they're going to be running the Genji Doomfist DPS combo. And then in terms of heals, you got a Zenyatta Mercy on blue team and a Lucio Mercy on the attacking teams. Interesting to see how it develops.
Wow. Fair already got a pick. I see what red team's going for with the dive with Genji Doomfist Winston. So kind of getting shut down here.
My ultimate is charging. Yeah, and D.Va's getting pretty low, but they're going to have to reset their offense here, losing their Winston pretty early in the game. But now that they know that there is a fire on the point, we'll have to see how they're going to be switching things up. They don't have the best scan. I mean, Genji can sort of deal with fire, but not really the best hit scan either, Doomfist being kind of a squishy DPS too.
So they're setting up for another dive here.
Well, that's a nice dive from Glaze. D.Va's there as well. Discord is on the D.Va. First pick. Glaze is going to be going down on the offense again, so I'm not sure what's going on with their Winston. If he's not getting protected enough, I don't know if they need a Zarya bubble or the D.Va to sort of dive with him a little bit more coordinated.
Right.
But there's a few more kills in favor of the defense. Be a reset offense push again.
Yeah, that's what happened there. The Winston just dived, and the D.Va didn't dive with him, so he just got blown up, basically. So D.Va should have fallen him there, or...
Yeah, it's wasn't getting enough heals, not really sure if maybe to keep the Zenyatta ball on the Winston, maybe that would help the situation, but if the other team are just going to be focusing them really well, and you're taking out one of the main tanks, it's going to be difficult to try and push that without him, but they do have the Dragon Blade ready, so that could be picking up quite a few kills if they're able to jump that Mercy who has res. That should be a winnable offense. There's the res, and Glaze just keeps dying. I don't know what the issue is. He's not diving well, or he's really kind of by himself and sometimes separated from the team. But now on the point, you see the Doomfist and the D.Va trying to get together. You got the Lucio bouncing around, but it's the Winston reach coming out of Vanilla, and the D.Va bomb going off with anybody, and picks up the Lucio.
Close fight.
Esports strats. Esports strats.
Esports. Mercy's coming back in with the res. So this fight is lost for red team.
Yeah. They even used... Oh yeah, they did use Dragon Blade. And they used res, so... Using quite a few ults, and they still weren't even able to get one tick. It's kind of disappointing, and they had to waste that res on Glaze diving without any help again, so kind of need to coordinate that a little bit better.
Now at this point in time, I would like to see a swap probably from the red team, because they just keep running the same thing. They use their ultimates, and it's not working out, I think. Fair is getting away with a lot of free things. Let's see what happens here, though.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know if the Doomfist is really the best, because it can't really handle the fire very well, and if he even gets close to the McCree can just stun him, so he only has really the Zenyatta and the Mercy to go after, and he hasn't been really doing that job, as both those supports have been alive the whole time, and Easter Egg had a Deadeye, but he gets slashed by a Seafrest, and his dragon blade. But Winston Bubble's gonna go on top of the D.Va, and that's not gonna be able to find any kills. But lots of potential for Red Team to pick this up.
Yeah. They were able to find that Mercy, which was key because she could have rezzed. Oh, actually, should have used it, but.
Well, just getting rid of that healing. Oh, Glace had to pull out the Winston Rage. He's getting that Easter egg soldier in the corner. Didn't even get that kill. He actually ended up getting killed. I don't know how that worked, but now Vanilla's gonna have his win. Red are having a really tough time getting any objective.
Yeah. They just don't have the sustain to stay on the point with the Doomfist Genji, and then it looked like Mercy kind of went off too for a little bit. She wasn't with the team, hiding for res, so well, they just weren't able to sustain on the point.
Yeah.
And also, I think they should have probably swapped to something to counter the Pharah earlier, because he was just able to stay up there for free, uncontested.
Yeah, and they never really pulled out a proper hit scan deal with her, or even just another farmer scene to try and just at least distract the Pharah so it's not putting as much damage. And it seemed like whenever Glace went for a dive, he was immediately discorded and focused by everybody on the team. So I don't know. Well, I guess we'll set.
Yeah, resetting so they can play through the whole thing.
Traveling to Numbani.
Yeah, and in the case that, you know, the Winston's going to get targeted the whole time, that D.Va needs to use the defense matrix a lot more. Like, she was pumping up some good damage, but her main role is to be a protect, sort of a mobile Zarya shield. If they're not going to be protecting the Winston, you can switch to Zarya and try and bubble him in his dive, or go triple tank or something different, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. And I don't necessarily know if it was like Winston's fault per se, but just no one was following dives, even though they ran a full dive comp. Like, when you run a full dive comp, you have to dive on the same targets and dive together, otherwise it's ineffective. So
yeah. But now you got a sort of Pharmacy on attack with a McCree as the second DPS, with a Soldier Pharah as a DPS on defense, and sort of similar tank setup. So this will be interesting to see how they're going to be focusing with the Zenyatta Discord Orb, and they're going to be taking that high ground right away. But with sneakers on the Pharah, that Winston shield is going to go down, and they're going to be taking up some heavy.
diving on Winston, got fragged. Esports, the Mercy got picked though.
Yeah, like Sif's the D.Va just sort of dove by herself, and then her teammates followed, but then you had the Winston diving in the other direction, so it was kind of whoever's going to get picked first. Losing their Winston pretty early. Hopefully they're able to last this. Actually, no, they're going to be backing up. As far as sort of out of position, she's might going to get fragged in the situation, and she does.
Discord burned her. Mercy's coming back in to try to help the team.
Yeah, they have 3 picks though, so they're able to. If they take out the Mercy, this should be a good situation. They won't have any supports, and there she goes. Just the Pharah and the D.Va left, and good plays out of that McCree though.
Yeah, I also think the Winston just diving Mercy there at the beginning was very key to them getting the point.
They didn't even use a single ult either to get that point, versus, you know, on the other side they used like 3 ults and couldn't even get a tick, so
yeah, it was pretty clean.
It's really a trash mouse. I think he got like... Didn't look so hot at the beginning when they lost that Winston pretty early.
Yeah, I've been watching...
they like half reset or something.
I've been watching Trash Mouse play for the past day or two, and he's a really, really good DPS.
bad guys.
He was playing Pharaoh a lot the other day and just getting consistent kills in the scrims.
Nice dive out of Glaze. He's going to use that Winston Rage, try and create some space around, but that Barrage is going to put a lot of damage into him, but the Transcendence saves him.
Yeah.
It's a push.
Visor comes in after.
My servants never die.
And they res Pharaoh, which is questionable, I think.
Might as well use it, not hold on to a Barrage coming in. Oh my goodness, she finds everybody. Where was the Diva? I guess she was too close to even try and defense matrix that. Deadeye coming out of Trash Mouse, wherever the heck. Oh, below me.
Yeah, I just think they used like all 6 ultimates there all at once, like just blew everything, and they didn't have anything to counter what red team was throwing at them. Like they used all their ults there, and then once they used them all, they weren't able to really make anything happen.
Well, at least they were able to get that got them the cabin. There's no point of the defense pushing once they got wiped out right at that moment. So at least the ultimates got them some objective, but yeah, you're right. Maybe using all of them is not the best ult economy.
Oh, they jumped into Mercy. They found her alone with Winston, and they just punished that position.
Yeah, red team lost like 2 members though. He had to pop that Winston Rage to stay alive, which is, I mean, not the best situation when you got no teammates to even push the objective while you're creating that space around the payload. And once again, he's diving by himself. At least he's got the Winston shield, gets kind of stunned by the McCree. Let's see if he can get that kill. Discord. So that was a really nice dive by Glaze. He's gonna get traded out in that song.
My ultimate is ready. Go. I'll be watching over you.
So they gotta know that that Pharah probably has Barrage, so if I were Tigress or Tigris, I would probably wait until that comes in.
Make sure the trance is ready.
Yeah.
Be
Because
very key to see what happens there.
they got team wiped in that last Barrage that happened, so they need to not let that happen, especially at this point, because that'll be a free win for them, and he just popped it for no reason. I don't know what the Killer Queen popped it for. Oh, there's the Barrage, but
Wasn't able to save everyone. Red team also used a lot of ults.
ooh, Deadeye coming out of Trash Mouse. Find the Diva out of Mech. And Glace is just trying to stop his payload from moving.
My servants never die.
Solo race. Yeah, I guess you have to in that sense when you're about to.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I've seen Sneakers use a Deadeye this whole game. It's just been like Trash Mouse over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So.
It's basically snowballing.
Oh wait, Sneakers was on fire, but that's probably why I haven't seen him Deadeye. But
My servants never die.
this is winnable for Blue. They have their little team. Just pick off Vanilla, and then they can focus the air app. No, the Pharah backed off already. At least you can win that after switching to all the the Tracer, Diva, weird picks.
Yeah. And they don't really have a good ult economy with Red just because of the type of characters they have. So like the only play they really have is like Pharah ulti, but you know, Trance is just gonna counter most of that. So blue team's kind of in a good position here.
Yeah, and then they got the Vanilla up top, or sorry, Glace up top with Winston Rage, so she pretty much got a second life to create that distance if you get too close to the payload, but he's gonna get dove there in instant. Jeez.
Yeah.
But now the Tracer's stuck into that building. That's a nice, pretty much a good
That's a good
bomb.
Diva ult. That's huge.
Yeah. Yeah. They were trying to get into that room. There was nowhere they can go. Right in front of that doorway too. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Now they got all their ults pretty much except the Diva bomb. and accept the tracer bomb. So it's gonna be probably like World War II on
Yeah.
the next push.
Everyone's gonna hit Q.
Yeah.
My ultimate is ready.
Glace, I don't know. Last time he went up there, he got picked like super early. Now the Easter egg was able to get behind them, and no one's contesting him.
They needed to use trance there. They didn't use the trance.
My
don't know where-
servants never die.
That was a really nice res though, to not die into that barrage that happened in Glace.
Yeah.
Both Winston rages going on.
So it looks like they're actually gonna win out here. They still have res though for red.
Yeah, red team's missing 2 people, so
They're gonna
Vanilla
regroup.
needs to stay alive. Yeah. They got 20 seconds left. If they reset, they could probably get one more push. Or they're
Oh
actually just-
no, they're staggered. They shouldn't have done that. Well, maybe they had to.
They got 10 seconds. I mean, you might as well blow all your ults.
My
Not good of
servants
Tigris to
never
die with the
die.
Zenyatta ult. Okay, she got res. Or he got res. Easter egg's like on the payload by himself. He's gonna get easily. So it's just trying to make the overtime last, but they're not even close. Vanilla needs to jump in there. Nice Diva bomb. That's gonna push them off, and that should win.
Complete. Score 0-2. Switching sides.